This video I'm going to show you how to make dropzone work for your need. To start with, you have a model, right? In the model, we allow the user to select the item that they need, and after that, we use AJAX going to our server to show the pictures that we want to show for the selected items. And let me just show you the HTML that you needed for the dropzone, right? So I finished that model already, and that's the ID for that div. And regarding to the dropzone itself, the most important thing is a form, right, which contains the ID, right? You can call whatever you want, but it has to be corresponding to the dropzone itself, which I'll show you later, right? And then the fallback is important. That's where we display the images and delete the images, and also that's where we show all the thumbnails, right? And the div in here is an input box, the one I just showed in your previous video. And before we do that, just make sure you got the markup right, dropzone.js, the CSS, and we got the JavaScript. So let's have a look at what is happening right now. So we have a model, right? We select the page, right? And after that, when we close, we have to go to our server to get the images. Let's just assume I finished the server side already on PHP, right? Because that's not what we are focusing on today. But I can show you the code I did later. Let's just focus on JS first, shall we? So in order to access all the functions in dropzone, right, we need to include something like this option, right? You see this value corresponds to that one over there. So let's say I want to add remove link, so it allows the users to delete the file, right? And also I have to limit the format of the file. So let's say I got image, right, JPEG, one of the popular ones, image, right, PNG, image, GIF, right. Sorry. And also we want to limit the maximum file size the user can upload, right? That's in megabyte, so 10 megabyte, which is fair enough, I think. Maximum files, right, 10. So number here, it is how much file you can put in your area, right? But you can't allow the user to upload more files, but they have to refresh it every time and time again, because you basically limit it 10 files. So just bear that in mind. If you want to add more restrictions, you can come to the dropzone website, and it tells us some of the other stuff we can do with it. Look, that's the maximum file resize, accept, and that's yeah, so there's a lot more functions that I can discover by your own time. And shall we continue? So in order to make dropzone work, you have to initiate the function. So basically you tell a dropzone you want to program, you want to code it by yourself, you want to code the function by yourself. So just say this dropzone as this, right? Define a value, so we'll use it later. The first thing we have to do is to show the selected images, right? So when the user on change, so my phone is ringing. Change function. You can speed up the video if you want, if you know how to do this already. So right. So current product. Got you. Alright, let me explain to you what why I code something like this. As I told you before, right? In order to show pictures for different items, I have to allow the user to select the item, right? And every single time when you select the one, right, the value of the one that they selected goes here. So I'll use this value. Based on this value, I'll go to my SQL and tell the PHP what's the name of the picture, right? And then it goes to a server, get the file, and it showed it on the dropzone. That's how it works. So I need the ID in order to find out all the file names I need, right? You don't need the URL. You don't need it. As for me, just as a backup, right? So let's continue. Ignore this. Sorry, I need a semicolon here. So that's the information, right? I will need to send it to the PHP side. So hide the model when a value is selected. Option. So what I'm trying to do in here right now is to put the value that we selected in on our HTML in here, right? So the value is that, which basically is the ID, which I will need it for my AJAX. Right. So append to from. Right, let's just check if this one is working. My session runs up. Just bear with me. Okay, so that works. Alright, so that works. Let's just check. Okay, so we got the value. Right, we got the value. And now we need to call our AJAX to do the work for us. A big mission. Right, so the standard AJAX URL is a must, and I just want to get the picture, right? And then the data that I'm sending is that. So it's the ID, right? Type. I used, because on my PHP site, I used get. I don't need a post for this instance, and I don't date this as well. So on success, right? When it's a success, when we got the value successful, what I'm trying to show to the user is to let them know how many pictures they can currently upload, right? And what's the condition basically of the current pictures, and show them pictures as well. If there is no picture, I would say okay, there is no picture, you can't upload, but how many files, right? So obviously that response is coming off from your PHP, which I'm not going to show you right now. If you're interested, I'll show you later. Get ID. So I want to show the number of pictures in HTML. Yes. So my response is in an array, and then that one is how many pictures is available for upload, right? So 3 pictures. We haven't come to the drop zone yet. This is just a foundation to make it work. Message is coming from PHP as well. Alright, so what we're going to do now is, since the response is in array, what the response is basically these values. Oh no, sorry, my bad. What is coming back? Let me just use console to look. Let me just show you what's coming off from my PHP. Alright, so that's the result. That's what we are interested. It's the name of the file, right? And then that's the size. Basically, that's all you need for your for displaying the images on dropzone, right? That's all you need. So dropzone has done a good job regarding to simplify the way how we do things usually. Since the result is in an array of itself, right? We need to loop through each of them and display its image, so on and so forth. And this is just a standard loop. So did I make any mistake? So that's just bear with me. Oh yeah, that's not dot, that's a comma. So let's give a variable, right? The variable, I'm trying to assign the results in this variable. So that's name, which is the value dot name, right? Value name and size is value dot size. And this, so we're calling the dropzone this dot option dot added file dot call, right? And so mock file. We're about to add the files onto the dropzone area. Let's just have a check what is happening right now. So the picture has been displayed. However, we're not seeing any actual images yet. And also, if we use the remove, right, it doesn't do anything apart from just clear the image. So that's we haven't finished yet. The other thing we have to do is, right, as I told you before, its input, right, is where the dropzone will recognize all its pictures currently showing on in that zone. We got these pictures already, but we have to basically move the images into that zone. Alright, let's just say push. I love the way how they name it, push. It's really like a vivid one. An option again. Thumbnail. Right. So alright, so in here what we're trying to do is we add image into the file, into the file array. Okay, and in here what we're doing is to physically find the files on our server. Alright, this is the directory of your file, of where the file is, and I did a shortcut, so I can just use this straight away. Right, that's a directory of where the file is. So value and value. Let's look at the difference. Select the file. Right. So we still couldn't see any of the image physically yet. Let's check if everything is done properly. Let's just come back. So I think I might pause here. Let me just find out what is happening. No, actually, I think there's something to do with the loop itself. I think, right, I'll pause here and